Welcome back to day 3 of our videos. It is the same title. We're just going to get a little bit more hardcore than we did from yesterday, where we did equations where we were adding. Again, we're doing segment, addition, postulate. So today we're going to do the same thing. The problems are just going to get a little bit more complicated. So we have 11 as a segment, we have 4x as a segment, and then the entire thing is 59. So we're going to combine our smaller segments and make it equal to our bigger one. And then we're going to be solving an equation, which is what we did our last unit, reviewing solving equations. So first we will want to subtract that 11. So we have 59 minus 11, and we have 48. And then divide 4 to both sides. And I have x equals 12. Okay? And then it says find the value of each of the variables. All right, now let's do this next one. Again, let's do our smaller sections. So we have our pink and blue, we have our pink and purple, and that adds up to our blue. There we are. So we're gonna see how many y's do we have. In this situation, we have 3 y's. 3y plus 11 equals 44. Okay, let's subtract 11 to both sides. So I'm going to move that 11 by subtracting, and then divide 3, and y equals 11. All right, you can always plug it back in and make sure that it works, and that these two segments add up to 44. All right, MO is 32, so that's, again, the entire thing. So the entire thing is 32, and then we have each of our sections here. And now let's combine like terms. So 3x and x is 4x plus 16, which equals 32. Let's solve for x. So 32 minus 16 divided by 4. So x equals 4 in this case. So again, breaking it down, so subtracting the 16 is 16, and then dividing by 4. Okay, now what is this situation happening? So we're going to plug 4 back in and see what we get. So 3 times 4 is 12, and then 4 plus 16 is 20. Okay, so no is 20, and mn is 12. Okay, and together those should add up to 32. Okay, all right, let's try the next one. So solving for y. Okay, so again, sometimes you have to read these instructions and see what's going on. So AB is 15, then we have 2y, and then again, the whole thing is 5y. So let's combine the smaller segments, make it equal to the big one. Okay, what do we need to do first? Well, we need to put our y's together. So I'm actually gonna move that 2y over. So 15 equals 3y. Okay, and I should divide by 3. And y equals 5. For your lengths, they need to be positive. You can't have a negative length. Okay, so if you plug it back in and your answer is not positive, you might want to check. Okay, if your variable is negative, that's okay. Just your actual length measure needs to be positive. Needs to be positive. Okay, so y equals 5, and then let's plug it back into AC. So which one is AC? AC is the big one, so 5 times 5 is 25. Okay, so labeling, coloring will definitely help you when you're solving this. All right, now we're going to draw them. Okay, last one, drawing, and then you'll have some practice. Okay, it says J is between HK, so I'm going to make a line segment, and I'm going to make J in between. And then we have H and K. All right, so HJ is 2x plus 4, JK is 3x plus 3, and then again, the whole thing is 22. So I have this segment, and I have this segment, and then I have the entire thing. So let's combine like terms. I have 5x, I have 4 and 3, which is 7, and that equals 22. So first I'm going to subtract 7 to both sides, and 22 minus 7 is 15. And then I'm going to divide by 5, kind of similar to the last one, and x equals 3. Okay, it says find the length of each segment, so I'm going to plug it back in. So KH is 22, we already know that. Let's plug back into the other. So HJ is 2 times 3 plus 4. and JK is 3x plus 3. Oopsie. So I'm going to plug 3 in for x. So 2 times 3 is 6, plus 4 is 10. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 3 is 12. And good, those two added together is 22. Okay, so what did I do first? I plugged in the j into the problem, okay? That's in between, so that's going to be in between the two endpoints. And then I solved for it by labeling each of the segments. Then I plugged it back in after I solved to find out what each of the segments are worth, okay? So try out the homework questions, and we'll see you next time.